Next up, Bobby Kotick's big letter, the legal request being denied. We do have the full scoop over in our news channel, so we'll keep it simple here. Basically, Activision-Blizzard requested to pause the DFH investigation that was over the alleged conflict of interest regarding two of the lawyers who were in that case for the DFEH, but that pause has been denied by the LA Superior Court. So none of that. Next, then. Our key takeaways, the mandatory arbitration of sexual harassment, discrimination claims, and any retaliation pertaining to them is gone. That's good.
Bye.
It's just not all of the arbitration, regular harassment, etc.
Yeah, it's the bare minimum they could get away with removing.
Yeah. They have got a new company-wide zero-tolerance harassment policy that also extends to retaliation, where basically stuff that would get you a written basically is just going to result in termination now. So they're being way more hardcore. Also, they want to increase the percentage of women and NB people in their workforce by 50%. If memory serves, that's from 23% to 33.5%. Right now, they're actually coasting in and around the industry average, but they seemingly want to, better the industry average there. And there's going to be 250 mil going into that, as well as another 250 mil, and that one's over 5 years. The other 250 is over 10 years, and that's just for broadly supporting such things. Focus on pay equity and pay visibility, and then a commitment for regular status updates. Also, Bobby is now on the minimum salary he can legally be paid of 62 grand. He is asked to to receive no bonuses, no stock, none of that stuff. That's just what he's on. Now, obviously, he'll do fine because of his humongous accrued wealth already.
Yeah.
Even just the the dividend that is issued on the stock that he owns, that's going to be a lot of money. But it's certainly that's what people want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to ask for more because it's not like it would be reasonably fair to say, all right, Bobby, go and what's the word they use? I can't remember, but forego all of your earthly possessions and go up, be a monk in the temple. Go be the monk, whatever CEO monk could possibly exist. Go do that and get all your earthly possessions, hand them out to people. But I think it's the kind of thing where, $62,000 is, I think, people are going to look at that and say that seems quite a lot, but it is California. It is the minimum wage, not the minimum wage hourly, it's the minimum wage for salaried, which I think turns out a little bit higher than the average hourly minimum wage.
Oh, it's like double.
Yeah, so it's
I think it's like double working. It's near enough double working hourly full time.
Yeah. So it's a kind of thing where it'll do, I think. That's kind of it. Especially when he says, he wants to ensure every available resource is being used. So everything he gets is now going to be pumped into that stuff. So, there is a world where you kind of look and go at the 250 million over 5 years. Like, he's paying for that a little bit more technically out of pocket. But I think it's also hard for people to look at him and go, yeah. I think someone said in chat, it's time to get out the world's tiniest violin for him.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where it's a good gesture, but it's not going to materially affect him very much.
No, not at all. So that's basically the case here. There is more detail in the the full dive into it on the news channel. That's basically what you I think needs to know on the issue. It is universally good. However, it does not go far enough in numerous ways. Yeah. So no doubt ABK employees will feel that there is somewhat of a victory here, but maybe they'll have a bit of trepidation that they've won this little battle, but maybe that's going to be at the cost of some of the further changes they would like to see at the company.
Yeah, I think, I can't remember who it was. It was someone, I can't remember if it was someone who was involved in a better ABK or if it was someone like Jason Schreier who would be like an outspoken bystander who would be, it's probably fair to call him a bystander even though he's involved journalistically. I think a lot of the sentiment was good. This is not a win. This is not the battle won. This is proof that being not unionized, but working together as people and trying to get your collective power does actually work.
Yeah.
So this shouldn't be like, all right, job's good, time to go back to work, time to go back to bed, but more that first step, you found footing, take another step. I think that's what a lot of the sentiment around it has been that, I think.
Yeah. Side bit of info.
Mm-hmm.
earnings calls November 2nd.
So it is. That's where. Yep, couple days.
So, there's also that little angle too.
That'll be fun.